Well, when we began this channel, we said we wanted to try to do things on this channel that would let you go along with us as a Christian family and maybe take some vacations with us, eat at some restaurants we eat at, and maybe see some movies that we watch, and maybe we'll try to review them all for you. So that's what we're going to be doing on this video today. Is I want to talk to you about, for just a few minutes, about a movie that we watched over the weekend. We normally don't go see a lot of movies because if you go one direction from where we live, it's an hour to the nearest theater. If you go the other direction, it's an hour from the nearest theater. So basically you're having to take 4 hours out of your day at least, that will be solely devoted to that part, driving and the movie itself. So we don't go see a whole lot of movies unless it's one that really stands out. Well, yesterday we was driving down the road and we didn't even actually know if we would watch a movie. We thought we might just get something to eat and, run around the city a little bit. But my daughter mentioned seeing something. She'd not saw the trailer, but she'd saw something online about this movie called The Sheep Detectives. Well, while she was saying that, I looked it up on my phone or on YouTube and I watched the trailer. As soon as I watched it, I thought, we've got to see this. So we discussed it and we went ahead and we went and watched the trailer, or watched the movie, The Sheep Detectives. I'm going to try to give you just a little overview without doing any spoilers. So I will tell you today that sometimes when you watch a trailer, let me say it like this. I remember about 20 years ago, my wife and I went to watch a trailer of a movie that I'd really been looking forward to seeing, and watch a movie. I don't know, I might have said trailer, but watch the movie. But I saw the trailer to the movie, and the trailer was around 2 to 3 minutes long. Well, when we watched the movie, this was about 20 years ago, almost every action scene in it I'd already saw in the trailer. So basically what it had was a lot of filler type stuff, a lot of dead space. And then when it would finally get to an action sequence, I'd already saw it. Okay, this is not like that. The trailer was a very good trailer. It got my interest in the movie, but yet at the same time, it didn't show me everything in the movie. And as a matter of fact, the trailer or the movie was better than the trailer. So today, if you're looking for something, I will say, if you're looking for something, a family type, but yet entertaining movie, you need to watch The Sheep Detectives. You will thoroughly enjoy it. Whether you go out and watch it at a theater or wait till it comes out, or you watch it on a cable channel, I will say it is a very, very enjoyable movie. There was, for example, there's a lot of people in it, and I'm only going to name a couple, because, as far as there's a lot of main characters, like Bryan Cranston, Patrick Stewart, Julia Dreyfus. I mean, those are just a few that I'm not going to discuss their character, but I will name them. I will go ahead and do that. But I was looking forward to watching. One of the main ones was Hugh Jackman. And Hugh didn't disappoint, as I was interested in seeing him in this type of role. And, Hugh, he plays a sheep herder, the herder of the flock in this movie. And of course, a lot of people remember seeing him as a superhero. Well, there was a place or two in the movie where he's sitting there with, I think, like a t-shirt on, or some sort of white shirt. And you can see under his shirt, his shirt sleeve, you can see his muscles bulging out like this would be. Although this isn't, because these muscles don't. But anyway, you get the point. His did. And, but it was really, he really did a good job in his character, and I really enjoyed watching him in this type of role. Also, there was a character named Nicholas Braun who plays a cop. I really enjoyed his role. Actually, his role ended up maybe sort of being one of my favorites of the movie. And so those are just a couple of names to watch out for. Molly Gordon, she plays Rebecca. She does a wonderful job as well. So I think you'll enjoy this movie, and I want to try to give you just about 3 little things to think about when you're watching. Number one, I would say it's entertaining. It keeps you pretty much focused from front to ending, okay? As I said, there's no really lulls, there's no really dead space in this movie. It is really entertaining from front to ending. Number two, I would say heartwarming. There's 95% of the movie is laughter, smiling, or chuckles, okay? But then there's 5% of the movie that's either sort of tugs at your heartstrings a little bit, or else it's just making you think, okay, now what happened here and who did this? Sort of like a mystery movie, and that's actually sort of like what it is, a mystery comedy, I don't know what you call it, something sort of like that. But it's really heartwarming because it deals with loss, it deals with non-acceptance, and it deals with memories. And there's a statement made in the movie about memories that was so very true. And when I'm sitting there and I heard that statement, I thought, wow, that's really a good way to describe memories. So it is very heartwarming, and as I said, most of it you're going to be smiling or chuckling and or laughing, but then there's going to be parts where you're going to be sitting there trying to figure out, all right, now how did that happen and who did that? And then there's other parts where you're going to be, and it's only there's not a lot of sadness. There's only like a scene or two where you're going to sort of tugs at your heartstrings just a little bit. And then number 3, I would say continuous. It's continuous all the way through. As I said, there's no dead spots. There's no lulls. It is just constant, keeping you on the edge of your seat as far as not knowing what's going to happen or laughing at something. There was a place in the movie, I will say, where I don't have this happen to me very often, but every once in a while I get tickled. And it's one of those tickled where when you laugh, you can't stop laughing. Or you even when the scene goes on, you keep thinking about it and you're still laughing. And we was sitting in the middle of the road. And if we had not been in the middle, I would have got up and walked out for just a moment. But I didn't want to have to try to squeeze by everybody because I was laughing too hard. And because something that I watched in the movie, there was this one part that just sort of struck me funny. And my daughter's sitting there beside of me, and she's sort of, holding her face like, oh no, Dad's getting on one of those laughing spells, But I actually looked down at the floor, and I tried to think of something sad to get my mind off of it, and I was able to continue watching the movie. So today, if you're looking for a good family movie to watch, and I will say that there was a family beside of us that had the mama, the husband, and the little kids, and she had a little girl sitting on her lap watching the movie, and the little girl was sitting there just staring at watching the animals talk. But yet the mama was involved and the father liked it just like I did. And on the other side of us, we had a boy and a girl. I guess they was on a date, young man, young woman, and they enjoyed it. And so everybody seemed to enjoy it in the theater. And one more thing I want to add, okay, if you're sitting here wondering about it, it's not all animals talking. Okay, there's places where obviously the sheep play detectives, okay, but the movie also focuses a lot. There's areas of the movie where the sheep's not even in it. It's just the human characters that are doing the sleuthing and the talking and all of that. And as I said, the Nicholas Braun, I really enjoyed his character. And the very ending, I'm not giving a spoiler, but I will say again that I was totally thrown off on the ending. I was way off base, so it sort of surprised me. But it was a wonderful movie. It's rated PG, and as a Christian network or Christian channel here, I will add that there was not one cuss word in the movie. And of course, if you read about it, you will see that there was a murder involved, and I guess it's due to the murder that they show on the movie, even though it's not like you're thinking, so it's nothing like watching an R-rated movie. It's just something where, something happened to somebody, okay? And I guess that's why they rated it PG, but there was no cursing, there was nothing like that. So I think you will enjoy it. It's an excellent movie. We rate it highly. My daughter said she wants to get it again as soon as it comes out on DVD. And I would love to watch it again myself. So as a Christian family, I would say if you like to go to movies and you do that, then you will enjoy this, and I would recommend it highly. And so that's all we got for today. We will say that we've got some videos coming up in the upcoming weeks where we've recently got back from a vacation, and we want to share some things about that vacation with you. So if you're new here, please subscribe. We try to post a lot of shorts and things like that on this channel also. And we want to say God bless you, and hope to see you later.